Yeah, game two, 10-0 Nebraska team. So much respect for Fred and the job that he's done, and it's a very old team, a team that's played together, and obviously Rink set out last year and is back into senior year, having a terrific campaign. They've added some nice pieces in the portal, but a team that shoots it from all five spots, runs great offense, and deceptively are very, very good defensively. And everybody wants to talk about their offense, but they're defensively very sound, very good, and you don't do what they've done to Creighton and to Wisconsin without being very, very solid on that end. So, it was a good win against Ohio State. I thought we played okay. I don't think we were great, but we had a couple guys play really well, and our bench was solid, but still a lot of room to work, to get better, to improve, to become more assignment sound. It was anytime you get a road win, it's always a quality thing in this league, and something that we do talk about is trying to go on the road and win. Big thanks to our Orange Crush. It's pretty cool in an arena that wasn't full, and you look up and there they are. It's easy for me to sit up here and say how much I love our fans and Orange Crush, and they're just awesome. And you go from the Nashville scene to Ohio State and have a road game, and you have fans, and we had a group of donors in orange jumpsuits that I think became celebrities, and people taking pictures, and that's the stuff, as a coach, you remember the relationships and the fun that's being had by all. But big thanks to the Orange Crush for going to that game. We need them tomorrow. Weather's supposed to be a little bit yucky, so I hope yucky, is that a word? It is now, I guess. But so I hope everybody gets out, and they're going to see a heck of a college basketball game with two top 25 teams and Big Ten play. So please make it out, and hope the Crush is here early and loud and ready to roll.
Coach, do you feel like your team has defensive versatility? It seems like that's something that's going to come into play against a team like Nebraska that shoots a lot of threes.
Yeah, they're a team that takes half their shots are threes or a little more, and yet you can't forget that they made 71% of their shots from two against Wisconsin. 71%. You're gonna win a lot of games when you do that, and I think we're still growing there. I think it was very evident in the Ohio State game. We made a nice shift, putting some size on a shooter that got hot. Bruce got going, and I'm excited to see Dre continue to grow in that area and be effective on the defensive side. And we played the Twins together a little bit for a segment in there, and they were both very, very good. Our size and ability to protect the rim was very effective, and so we're still experimenting. But I do like our versatility, and you better have that against them, as they've got shooting at all five spots, and yet they've got the ability to play very fast, and they've got the ability to score in the post when they need to.
I mean, you mentioned Nebraska's guys that got out of the portal, and Price and Jamarcus on the boomerang, but how much is this Nebraska team different because of Rink? Maybe?
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, he's a five-man that's old. He's been in the system. He's been around. He's a guy that doesn't have weakness in his game. He can shoot it. He can pass it. He's a point center, if you want to call him that. Point forward. I don't know what positions are anymore anyway. But yeah, he's he can hurt you in matchups in the post, and goes right, goes left. He's just a very skilled, savvy player, and there's a team that they were very, very good at the end of the year last year, obviously winning the crown, and I think have the longest winning streak in the country because of that. But you add that piece, and then you add Price, one of the better shooters in the portal last year, and they're a team that has a lot of pieces that fit, and Rink's the one that helps elevate all of their games.
With Andre, in what areas has he had to adjust to playing on a winning team with other probable pros, and how's that process gone?
Yeah, it's about just understanding winning and what that's about. I think that's the one thing we've tried to get him to do is understand possessions, the value of a possession, understand rebounding, understand communicating, talking, playing really hard on every possession. It's okay to get tired. It's okay to ask to come out, and then demanding those things from him. And he's a terrific young man. He's got tremendous desire and want to be great in terms of his attitude and his work ethic. And it's just a matter of him and us demanding that. And we missed 7 weeks of that. And so he's having to learn it on the fly, but he's so coachable, and like I said, his want to is really high.
Coach, what do you want to see from Milo for him to earn a little bit more trust and I guess the minutes that come with that trust?
Yeah, it's not anything Milo's doing or not doing. It's guys playing at a pretty high level. We're in this to continue to win games. Milo's going to have his moments, his time. I think that I've got a lot of confidence in him. Sometimes it's what the game needs or doesn't. But I felt the other night there was, we even played big. We had Jake and Dre and Keaton out there. Just kind of what the game needed at that time. Really had every intent of playing him in the second half. But Dre got going defensively. He got going offensively. And then Keaton was playing terrific. So, it was, maybe as long a stint as Boswell's set in a half. So he's doing great. He's getting healthier and more comfortable, and his practices are productive, and he's going to have some moments because he can sure do some things to help us.
Where does this team stack up in maybe just the number of guys that can maybe go be the guy one night? Yeah,
I don't look at it like that. It's nice to have guys. I think that it's nice to see balance, and yet there's some nights when I think we're at our best. I think Kylan had a big night against UConn, and the rest of us were not great. And I like balance and being able to share it and spread it, and but I think that it's nice to see a guy have a half like Dre had. It's nice to see the run that Merck had. Those things are big. CZ come in, and we all know what Tommy's capable of, hitting 5-6 in a row. It's nice to have guys that have that ability, and we've got guys off the bench, and Ben and Jake, who can all make shots and do some things. So, it's kind of the way we pictured this when we put it together, and it's I think pretty well rounded.
Coach, you've shown you can win in different ways, different paces. Is there a particular pace that you like to play, especially against Nebraska? I think they don't put up a lot of fast break points.
They do shoot it very quickly. They're a very good team after makes. They run the ball right at you, and if you're in a lull, they will shoot a quick three. They've got deep range. They look for Price, Sanford in those areas. Rink will shoot them quick, so they come differently. They're not necessarily just layups in transition where there's an attack on the front of the rim. There's a push down or a pitch ahead, and maybe a quick three or maybe a quick skip and a three. So I am very worried about them in early offense in the first 6-7 seconds. And if they don't get that, then they will, they're going to run their actions. So I don't know what our perfect pace is. We're always looking for easy opportunities to get out and run and push and pitch ahead and get into our actions quick and see what that looks like. We just want good shots, and quality shots are the lifeblood of what this team is.
What scenarios or situations do you look for to play Tommy and Z together? And what did you like? I think maybe Ohio State was maybe the longest stint they played together.
Yeah, I think it was a good opportunity with matchups more than anything that we felt like we could we thought we could hurt them on the offensive side and not get maybe as exposed or spread out on the defensive side. It gave us an opportunity to keep Z close to the rim, and let Tommy run around and chase on the perimeter a little bit. But we'll keep looking for those opportunities. And like I said, there were some really, really good things in there. I liked that a lot. And it's I think teams are aware when Z's on the floor of his shot blocking and his intimidation around the rim. So. We'll just take those opportunities when they come.
Talked on Tuesday about the weight that Z added during the offseason. Just how much of an emphasis has that been from a coaching perspective for him to tap into more physicality in his game, and how have you seen that progress?
Yeah, the weight is one thing, the strength is the other, and then he had a huge discrepancy in his right-left leg in terms of strength because of a surgery he had actually prior to coming to the States, and there was a 20+% difference in one leg in terms of the strength, and but the weight is one thing. The strength has allowed him to play longer, be in better shape, be in better conditioned, run harder, not get fatigued shooting jump shots, rebounding. So it's a culmination of things, and Adam Fletcher deserves a lot of that credit and attention to detail to help him get to this point.
I was going to ask you a couple of health questions. Do you expect Jason back tomorrow? And then Kylan, I think, went out very briefly in the Tennessee game, and it looked like he had his shoulder taped up. Is that a concern at all? Or
yeah, he's dealing with a little bruise on his shoulder. He actually got kind of spun into murk, and so he's just kind of fighting through that, which he does. And then Jason will be a game time. He's doing some light stuff in practice now. He's just in concussion protocol, and that's something we is basically how he reacts to exercise and what he did the day before.
Brad, Andre against Ohio State had a cut to the basket that got him a pretty good look at the rim. How have you seen him grow as an off-the-ball offensive option for you?
Yeah, it's one of the things that we try to stress, especially when we're seeing a lot of double teams, or a lot of when teams bring two to the ball or teams get in rotation as we want to cut, and with his size, with his finishing ability at the rim, it's something we really like, and he's continuing to grow and get better in that area.
Yes, since we're third of the way through the season, so where's Ty at maybe on his rehab recovery process?
Yeah, making progress. Just had a discussion yesterday about that, and I think that he's getting closer to being able to gain enough strength back in the leg. He had some atrophy and things that were just repercussions of the surgery, and so they want to get it back to a certain level of strength in terms of the right left. So it's pretty close, but then start doing some basketball related stuff. He's doing some light jogging. He's doing he's got a basketball in his hand, shooting some shots and doing some of those things, but. Just the explosive stuff he hasn't done yet, but he's getting much closer to that. So we feel really, really positive about where that's at and what his progress has been to this point. Thank you.
With Ty, I mean, do you have any idea like if he could be back this year at all?
Oh, we'll leave that. I wouldn't even want to speculate. I don't want to put any guesses out there, so to speak. I think he's there's the physical, there's the mental, there's a ways to go in that. Let's get him in practice. Let's see what that looks like. But I'm not gonna speculate on what that might look like yet. It's probably way too early, and just happy that he's making the right progress and headed in the right direction where he's getting close to doing some basketball stuff. Thank you.